So, part two of John Thaler talking about Katie Hobbs and her part in laundering and racketeering and fraud. Again, what he's alleging based on his research and his investigation of thousands of documents. Just listen. Again, this is not the only time in Arizona that we know of that Katie Hobbs has been accused of pay to play, taking money to do things, etc. Just it's just concerning, you guys, and you can't ignore the ongoing scrutiny of this woman regarding fraud, racketeering, and laundering.
Names yesterday. One of them was that of Katie Hobbs, the Secretary of State who became governor, correct?
That's correct.
What are you alleging that she did?
What we're alleging is that in the schemes for the racketeering, what we have is twofold things. One of them is transactions for buying and selling properties where there is no real buyer or seller of the property. So the transactions themselves are used to move money, but where the property itself doesn't move, where there's not a new buyer or a new seller. It's actually fake transaction, but the money moves and that helps launder the money. The second type is bribes. Bribes, we have found, are paid through what we call a phony mortgage system. So let me explain and give you an example. If I want to bribe you, I can just come to your office, I can hand you a suitcase of cash, and I can ask you to do something for me. But the other way I can bribe you is to do it with other means. And one of the means that we found here is through phony mortgages, which is I tell you, all right, go out tomorrow and buy a property with, say, 10% down. And then the rest of your mortgage is going to be funded through a mortgage company that I have set up that's going to pay the seller, the real seller, an honest seller, the remainder of the money. Except you don't actually owe the mortgage. So the trust deed that's recorded with the county recorder's office says that you owe, say, $300,000 on a mortgage, except that you never have to pay that mortgage. That money is provided as part of the bribe. The mortgage company is not a real licensed mortgage company. The escrow company and usually the title company involved are also not real. Sometimes they are, but most of the time they're not. And now you've gotten the benefits of the $300,000 without ever taking cash.